Hi everyone, good evening. Attendance is not something, guys, that I will know. I will not be able to help with attendance problems. Just check with someone in Newton School. Aisha should be able to help. Okay. Today, I just want to cover a few topics. Probably we should be done slightly quickly also today. We'll begin now, guys. I'll quickly share my screen. Give me a second. Okay, this is this. There is a browser then. Mayank, आप सब लोग, if you want the classes to be early, in fact, I will also prefer that. Just mention it to this one. Just mention it on the group on Newton School, right? Yes, I think most of you want that. एक बार just do this, Mayank or someone, just write a post there tagging Aisha. If we are able to, kind of drive majority there, so we can move. Otherwise, we will not move. Okay. Then let's not do it. I'm good either way, guys. 9 to 11, 8 to 10, and they are both fine for me. Just that I'm asking if you want that. That's why. Okay, I don't mind 9 to 11. Up to you guys. I leave that decision entirely up to you. Anyway, let's just start talking important things now. Cool, hai? Okay. You guys are able to see the screens? Someone said to keep this thing on left, so I'm keeping it on the left. I don't know why you said it, Azharuddin. Is there a reason? Screen का problem है क्या आपका? Okay, beginning. So today, first I want to introduce to you two other array methods, right? And after that, I want to start with something called as functions, right? So we've been actively using functions. हम कहीं ना कहीं पे लिख ही देते हैं functions, but today, because sir, chat and your video is open in the right side. अरे बाबा तो आप लेफ्ट में मूव कर लो ना उसको. ये कैसा रीजन है? Anyway, the point is, I wanted to introduce two special array methods to you today, and then basically we'll move over to, what do you say? We'll move over to functions, right? We know already what functions are, but today we will try to, just learn that, okay? So in more detail, right? यार अब chat पे please लिखना बंद कर दो. I'm trying to focus. Otherwise, I'll have to stop the chat. I don't want to do that. Okay. So the first array method that I want to talk about is something called as slice. Okay. So slice, just like अभी तक हमने क्या-क्या array methods पढ़े? We've studied about reverse. We've studied about push, pop, shift, unshift, and anything else. And yes, we did join also, right? Now I want to talk to you about a very special one, which is called slice. Okay. So as the name suggests, slice is basically for extracting or removing a slice of the array from the array and doing something with it. Okay. So how does it work? Let's say you have an array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And आपका use case था that you want to consider these three elements. मतलब आपको ये तीन elements you have to pull it out in a special in a new array, right? Or basically it could be a sub array, right? Anyone यहाँ से यहाँ तक, right? 3 to 6, 4 to 6, 4 to 5, just 4, just 3, whatever, right? Basically, when you want to abstract a sub array from an array, you can use the slice method. But as always, because it's nice for you to know data structures also. First, we're going to implement our own version of slice, अपना खुद का code लिख के, and then only we learn JavaScript wala method, because that's just a one-liner, right? Okay. So basically, guys, this method works like this. So you have an array. Let's say let ARR is equal to this. When on this array, you say ARR.slice, and you specify the starting index and the ending index. So मान लो मुझे 1 से लेके 3 तक extract करना था, right? So what I'm going to do is starting index, comma, the ending index, right? So I'm going to say 3 because 3 is ending at 4. So जो ये ending वाला होता है, the ending element is not considered, right? So it will consider elements before this third position. Third position is 4. So it will basically consider elements 1, 2, and 3, right? I'll write that down. Last element is not considered. Okay. So if we try to run this, let's see what happens. I'm here on the browser. I'm going to say that ARR is this, and I say ARR dot slice 0, 3. Okay. I press enter and see 1, 2, 3 is extracted out for you. Okay. Similarly, अगर मुझे 1 से लेके 3 तक, sorry, the first index यानी कि 2 से लेके 3, मतलब basically 2 or 3 को करना था, so I can just say 1, 3, and 2 and 3 will be extracted. Similarly, if I would do 2, 3, it means the second index, which is 3, and up till this point, but this is not considered, right? Because I told you. Now this will extract 3 for you. Okay, in an array, right? Yes. सबको समझ में आ गया? Everyone understood? Simple enough. Slice क्या करता है? समझ में आ गया, guys? Yes or no, guys? अरे सब बोलो ना, आ गया तो. Okay. कोई ऐसा? If you did not understand, tell me. If you did not understand, just type it out on the chat. Say no, or say repeat, or say whatever. समझ में आ गया धीरज? बढ़िया. Okay. Now, ये तो यूज करना होता है. रवि कुमार बोल रहे हैं 3, 3 से क्या होगा? Okay. Valid question. Empty array आएगा, right, रवि? Because आपने क्या बोला? आपको कौन सा इंडेक्स उठाना था? 3, एंड आपने एंडिंग इंडेक्स पे बोल दिया 3, राइट? सो बेसिकली दिस डिटरमाइंस आपको किससे पहले तक लेना है, राइट? सो बेसिकली इट विल जस्ट टेक इट फ्रॉम देयर. If you want to take full array, again very simple. Of course you have to start with 0, right? And उसके बाद जो ending index होता है आपको पता है उससे एक पहले तक करता है. So either you can say ARR.length, right? That will do the trick, because ARR.length की क्या वैल्यू होगी? 7 होगी, right? 6 होगी, sorry. And ARR of 6 is going to be outside of the array. So even if you write 99 here, right? Does not matter. As long as it's more than or equal to the length of the array, पूरा array उठ जाएगा. But if you say something less than the length of the array, let's say I say 4, then only that section is picked. Guys, clear or not? Yes or no? There is no method as ARR.pull. Please, what are you saying, Vinay? When have I ever talked about pull? Vinay, when have I ever talked to you about pull? You tell me that. Have we ever discussed pull method in class, guys? So why are you making methods up, buddy? It's pop. Pop is for removing the last element of the array. ERR.pop just removes the last element. So now ERR becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Vinay, are we clear? Azrawuddin, is it okay for what, Baba? What is it okay for? मैंने आपको क्या बोला अभी? अगर आप ERR.slice लिखते हैं 0, you have to specify a starting index, and if the ending index is 9,000 also, it does not matter, right? It only matters. When does it matter? It only matters if it's lesser than the length of the array. Because what we have seen, array.slice takes two things. One is the starting position, starting index, and the second one is till which point should I consider, right? Guys, are you clear? And please, let's remove this confusion from our mind. ARR.pop कुछ भी value नहीं लेता है अंदर में. So even if you write 1000 here, it will still remove the last element only. Even if you write 0 here or 2 here, it will still remove the last element, right? Array खत्म होता जा रहा है. First array was up till 4, now array is up till 3, and it's keeping on decreasing, right? Clear hai? Guys, any kind of questions? Sir, if you don't know the length of the array, then can use infinite. यार पहले तो स्पेलिंग ठीक करो infinite की, धीरज. इतने बड़े हो गए हो. Infinite is spelled like this. Can there ever be a case where you will not know the length of the array? Array.length करता है भाई. Can you get an example where slice can be used? I just gave you an example. When you want to extract some piece of the array, slice can be used. Yes, Priyanka, array.slice. Let's say ARR is equal to, again, ARR.slice. If you give this as 5, let's say 3, and if you give the second value less than that, right? It does not make any sense, right? Because slice कैसे काम करता है? It takes a starting point and an ending point. अगर आपने ending point, if you've given the ending point less than the starting point, so array.slice can't work, right? The ending point has to be greater, isn't it? No, if you do not give the ending value, then it will take everything. So understand this. If you say slice 2, right? From that index onwards, it will take everything and पीछे का सब कुछ ignore कर देगा. Got it? So it's a good practice to give the second value, because that way you have more control. But if you don't give, it will just assume, right? Everyone, now it should be clear, guys. Come on, jaldi se batao. Clear, right? Okay. Now I want to discuss more important things like slice को implement कैसे करेंगे. Anyone? Let's say you have to create your own slice method, function, whatever. How can you create that? So basically what I'm saying is, let's say JavaScript में slice method exist नहीं करता array पे. अपना slice method और slice function कैसे बनाएंगे? How can you implement slice? Shivam, you can unmute कर दो. Shivam, बताओगे पूरा? आ जाओ भाई. Wait, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi, Shivam.
Sir, I am audible?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. Sir, suppose we have array 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Sir, we will go to 0 to n. Matlab, suppose we have like any number like n. sir, 4. Okay, 4. Let I equal to 0. And sir, array dot length. What sir? Instead of length, sir, we can use also ओवन मतलब अपना नंबर यूज कर सकते हैं, मतलब यूजर से एंटर करा सकते हैं सर कि वो कहाँ तक लेना चाहता है, कितनी एक्सट्रैक्ट करना चाहता है.
बट शिवम आपको पूरा
Okay.
एग्जैक्टली माय पॉइंट, बिकॉज लेट्स से मैंने आपको बोला स्लाइस x to y है ना,
ओके
तो आपको 0 से स्टार्ट करने का तो कोई पॉइंट ही नहीं है, राइट?
ओके सर. ओके, यहाँ सर x से स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं एंड सर वहाँ y को
y पे
Okay.
एंड कर सकते
Yeah.
हैं, राइट?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
परफेक्ट। एंड
Okay.
उसके बाद क्या करें?
उसके बाद सर जो हम एक
रिजल्ट आ रहा है, हाँ,
न्यू एरे क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, उसमें अपना स्टोर कर सकते हैं.
इसको मैं स्लाइस डारे के नाम से बुलाऊंगा, ठीक है?
ओके सर.
लेट स्लाइस डारे, ठीक है? और हम क्या करते जाएंगे, हम बोलते जाएंगे स्लाइस
स्लाइस आई, सॉरी स्लाइस आई नहीं, मतलब एक 0 से इंडेक्सिंग अदर ले लेंगे, मतलब 0 से एक
नहीं
वेरिएबल क्रिएट
नहीं
कर लेते हैं.
नहीं नहीं, यहीं पे गलती कर रहे हो। मेथड आता है आपको, आपको इसके अंदर चीजें तो डालनी है।
ओके ओके, या सर. ओके.
क्या होता है कल ही पढ़ा है दोस्त।
या सर इसके लिए हम पुश पुश कर सकते हैं सर.
हाँ देख लिया, जावेद का आंसर देख लिया, हाँ?
नहीं सर, मैंने ये नहीं देखा.
just kidding, don't worry, don't worry।
ओके ओके.
इसके अंदर पुश के अंदर क्या लिखूं?
सर पुश के अंदर इसके लिए एरे ARR
ओके,
सर, इसमें x सर
X या I?
x या I. हाँ ओके ओके.
एक्स या आई?
सर I.
बढ़िया, ठीक है, लिख लिया भाई, कर लो म्यूट खुद को। गाइस सबको समझ में आया व्हाट शिवम हैज डन? Guys, did we understand what Shivam has done? If we did not, please ask me and I'll explain it to you. But very well done, Shivam. Yeah, very nice. If you want 3 numbers in an array, then we use 3 times pop, and the last 3 numbers we can use shift. अरे यार अजय भाई, आपको ये थोड़ी ना पता, आपको हमेशा 3 थोड़ी ना करने हैं। Slice can be basically anything. The user can give any values in x and y. तो आप पॉप थोड़ी ना करने बैठोगे। Anyway, guys, does anyone want me to हाँ ओके, आरवी भाई को समझा देते हैं। सुनो आरवी भाई, सुनो मयंक भाई, और भी कोई है? सुनो श्रीनो, ओके, सुनो शुभम। See, what are we going to do here? Very simple, right? There was an array, ठीक है, 1 2 3 4 5 और 6, राइट? पास ले आता हूँ टेबल। 1 2 3 4 5 6 आपके पास array था, राइट? आपको इसमें से कुछ एलिमेंट्स एक्सट्रैक्ट करने थे, राइट? लेट्स से आपको यहां से एग्जांपल लेते हैं, 2 से लेके 4 तक एक्सट्रैक्ट करने थे, राइट? तो एक तरीका जो सिंपल वाला है, राइट, उसमें क्या होता है, आप बोले array डॉट स्लाइस, राइट? कहां से? फ्रॉम लोकेशन नंबर 1, दिस इज 1 लोकेशन बिकॉज array is 0 index, लोकेशन नंबर 1 टू विच लोकेशन? इस तक जाना है, राइट? 4 तक। सो दिस इज 2 and 3, बट इट टेक्स 1 लेस, मैंने आपको बताया था। So we'll say location number 4, right? So 1 से 4 के बीच में when you do this will give you the result 2, 3 और 4। इतना समझ में आता है guys? श्रीनु, मयंक एंड शुभम, समझ में आता है इतना? शुभम, ओके, कूल। तो ये तो सिंपल है मेथड यूज करके। नाउ व्हाट वी नीड टू डू इज, समझो इस बात को, essentially what are we doing here? We have to move from this index, right, जो स्लाइस में पहला इंडेक्स दिया जाता है, से दूसरे इंडेक्स से एक पहले तक, राइट? ये भी समझ आता है शुभम, श्रीनु एंड मयंक? We have to move from this index, जो स्लाइस का पहला आर्गुमेंट, we call them arguments, to this one, मतलब इससे 1 लेस तक, right? So very simple now. If you know all of this, what we have done is, now there could be, gap could be very big. Let's say the array had 10,000 elements, और आपने बोला ARR dot slice 5001, 6876, राइट. इन दैट केस आप पुश पॉप मैन्युअली तो कर नहीं सकते. सिंपली you do for loop for let I is equal to x, where x is the first thing that you give in slice. I is less than y. ठीक है. I plus plus. क्योंकि आपने I is less than y बोल दिया, which is the second value, right? तो आपने यहाँ पे क्या बोला था? Slice of 1 से 4, right? ये बोला था आपने. So you go from 1, right? So आपके पास 2 आ गया. उसको एक नए array में, उसको मैंने n new arr बोल दिया, कुछ भी, right? ऐसे new arr dot push क्या? arr of I. इससे क्या हुआ guys? First time x was 1, so you pushed 1, which was 2. ठीक है. I plus plus हुआ 3 पे गए, you pushed arr of 2, which is 3, right? I दोबारा plus plus हुआ, I became 3. I is still less than y, which is 4, so you pushed arr of 3, which is 4, right? And finally दोबारा I plus plus हुआ, so now I is 4. 4 is not less than 4, and you didn't push it, so new array में क्या आ गया? 2, 3 और 4. शुभम, श्रीनु, मयंक, अब डाउट नहीं होना चाहिए गाइस. क्लियर और नॉट? Absolutely for everyone. RV, that makes no sense what you just said. दोबारा पढ़ो उसको. X is not 0, it's nothing. X is basically the index, and y is up till which point, not including that point. No, slice method does not change the original array. वो एक नया array बना के आपको देता है. Guys, any doubt? Anyone? Okay, you should not have a doubt because we have also written our own function now. We know how to do it also. अगर slice नहीं भी होगा तब भी हम कर लेंगे, right? Very nice. Okay, so slice is sorted. Slice का implementation भी last time. ठीक है. Next is a very, it sounds similar but it's very dissimilar. It's called splice. Okay, let me explain splice क्या करता है, right? Splice में क्या होता है guys? अगर आपको array से कुछ elements extract करने हैं, right? Not delete, extract, right? In that case, what you do is you will use splice. Okay, so let's say the array is equal to, okay, and you want to remove, let's say, this element on this particular index. Okay, तो आप यूज कर सकते हैं slice का. This index is basically 2, right? So the second index basically means, just give me a moment. Aisha is asking me something. I'll just reply to her. Okay, so let's say you wanted to remove this element. Now we know that this element exists at index number 2, right? So if I say arr dot splice, right? So it basically asks you 3, मतलब इसमें आप 2 चीजें भी दे सकते हो, 3 चीजें भी दे सकते हो, 1 भी दे सकते हो, up to you, right? If I say, let's say 2, right, which is the starting point. So this is the starting point, and let's say I press enter. देखते हैं क्या होता है guys. ARR में से ये दोनों elements निकल गए, right? So now if you check ARR, it has taken out those 2 elements, the first and the second element, and just that is all that remains. Okay, so splice का क्या मतलब है? Splice का मतलब है extraction, right? And how it extracts? Basically, it asks you for 2 things, right? The starting point, जहां से उसको extraction start करना है, and the ending point. Okay, when I say ending point, I mean kitne elements extract karne, right? If you do not specify the ending point, by default, it will remove the whole array, right? दोबारा देखते हैं. I'll just recreate the array to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. ARR dot slice splice. Okay, I say start from and ARR लिख लेता हूँ एक बार so that you can just see the array changing. Array dot splice. I say 2, which means यहाँ से start करो, ठीक है? And I say 1, right? Let's see what happens now. Now ARR, if you look at it, guys, इसमें से सिर्फ 3 हटाया. Why did that happen? Because we said, hey, go to the second index, which is the value of 3, and just remove one element, right? समझ में आया? नहीं सिरजुल, it has nothing, it is nothing like shift. If you have attended the last class, you should not be saying what you just said. Please watch the video दोबारा. शिफ्ट का काम होता है फर्स्ट एलिमेंट ऑफ द एरे को रिमूव करना, राइट? स्प्लाइस का काम होता है एट अ स्पेसिफिक पोजीशन ऑफ द एरे एक एलिमेंट को रिमूव करना. सो वेयर इज द कंफ्यूजन? सिरजुल, सॉरी, आई एम नॉट एबल टू स्पीक योर नेम. Sirajul, what is the confusion? Is it clear now? I'll explain it again. Sir, in that slice for loop, are we spelling to ठीक करो ना भाई? Loop is LOOP. हाँ, बताओ, what is the question? Yes, the splice method destroys the original array. It is used to delete elements from the array. We did not denote anything, are we? I've just taken two variables ना बाबा, क्यों confuse हो रहे हो? X और Y का value आपको जो देना है आप दे दो. इधर देखो. Let's say array goes from 1 to 6. Okay. X is equal to, let's say, 2. Y is equal to, let's say, 3. Now I say ARR dot slice X comma Y. So what is the problem, RV? I'm not able to understand. Do you want me to unmute you and do you want to articulate your problem better? Because there should be no doubt. RV, मैं आपको unmute कर दूं? यार RV, reply तो करो ना when I'm asking you. Go ahead, unmute yourself. Permissions are there.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually, in that for loop, we actually provide some condition to it, right? Like until unless it is getting to that point, it is run, then it will stop, right?
In the for loop, yes, that's how for loop works.
So that was my doubt actually. So if we are denoting that x and y to that slice variable, how we are denoting that the x is starting from this index and will go till that index. Y is okay. Y is like length.
इधर देखो. Just be on unmute, okay? What did I do? I said let I is equal to x. I is less than y. I plus plus. Right? And I had given I some value of x, right? I had given x the value of, let's say, 2, and I had given y, let's say, the value of 4, right? These can, of course, be taken from the user, right? Then what I have done is basically I have taken a new array, new ARR, empty array, right? And basically I will now move from 2 to 4, right? That's how a for loop works. You know that. And I will keep saying new ARR dot push ARR of I. And we know that I will start taking value from x, which is 2, all the way to y, which is 4. Y will not be included because the condition is less than y. So where is the doubt, RB? Unmute yourself and say it.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Where is the doubt?
Yes, sir. They are now clear.
Cool. And just write this code also here. Okay. Okay. Ankit, why did you join late? Guys, joining on time is your responsibility, na? See, we've talked about two things only so far. The first thing that we've talked about is the slice method in array, right? In slice method, what happens is you basically specify the location where you want to start at. So let's say I specified the location of start as 2, which means the second index. And the second thing that you specify is till which point do you want to extract the elements? If you don't specify that, the whole array will come. So if I say arr2 dot slice 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, everything will come. But let's say if I specify here 4, right, or 3, whichever, right, only up till that index. So which is the fourth index? This is the fourth index. Of course, it will not include that. So basically 3 and 4 get extracted. This is array.slice. Clear hai, guys, to everyone? Slice. I'm repeating this again. अंकित भाई बोलो, आपके लिए रिपीट किया है. ओके मत बताओ, आ गया कि नहीं समझ में आया? पूछो नहीं तो. Okay. So slice is basically to remove a part of the array. The good thing about slice is it does not change the original array. So अगर अभी ARR को देखोगे, it just looks like this. Okay. Now let's start splice. Okay. So there was slice, and now we talk about splice. Okay. So again, ARR is this. Okay. Now let's say you wanted to delete a certain element or elements plural from the array, right? तो आप use करेंगे guys splice का. Splice का मतलब होता है कट करना. Okay. So I want to. It takes two things, right? एक तो which element you want to delete. Okay. So let's say I say 3. Okay. So it means that from the third index, which is 4, सब कुछ delete कर दो end तक. Let's try this out. And now don't look at this. Look at the array. Array से fourth element, third ARR of 3 से सब कुछ delete हो गया, right? Because I said arr.splice 3. Is this clear? Then I'll talk about the second flavor of splice. Is this clear, guys? Yes or no? Please tell me. The element, the index which you specify, उसके बाद आगे का सब delete हो जाता है, right? And the original array is changed. उसके पीछे का रखता है. Okay, good. It should be damn clear. Okay, let's talk about the second case, right? Now, the people who created JavaScript, they thought about the fact that, hey, there should be more control, right? ऐसा नहीं है कि एक element select कर दिया, उसके आगे का सब उड़ा दो, right? So it's better if you're able to remove, let's say, fixed number of elements from that point onwards, right? So let's say you want to remove one element or 2 elements, right? You can do that. How do you do that? You say arr.splice, okay, index जहां से start करना है. So I'm going to say 2, which means 3 से start करो delete करना. And how many elements do you want to delete? Let's say I just want to delete 1 element, right? So guys, इसका result क्या होगा? It will start from the second index, which is 3. It will remove this. It will just remove this. अरे यार क्या बोल रहे हो? Sirjul. It will remove 3 and everything else will be remaining intact. So let's do this. And ARR को check करो, बस 3 remove हो गया and everything else is intact. नहीं सिद्दीक भाई, जितना बता रहा हूं उतना सुन लो ना यार. क्या इनोवेटिव चीजें क्यों ला रहे हो भाई? Guys, इतना समझ में आया सबको? Are we clear on this? Cool. Very simple thing we've done. Which index should I start deleting from? Till which index should I delete? So if splice 3, 2, 3 and 4 will be removed. बिल्कुल. नहीं भाई. ARR of 3 क्या होता है? RV. थर्ड इंडेक्स कौन सा एलिमेंट है थर्ड इंडेक्स पे? कुछ फिर भी दोबारा गलत. RV सही आंसर दो. तो क्या क्या डिलीट होगा? इफ आई से ARR डॉट स्प्लाइस 3, 2 क्या होगा आंसर इसका? RV. Yes, 4 and 5 will get deleted. So array will be 1, 2, 3 and 6. Now it should be very clear. Guys, say yes if it's clear. पूरे चार्ट पे yes दिखना चाहिए जल्दी. Okay. So we are good with slice. We are good with splice. Okay. I will tell you another thing about splice. Do you want to know another thing about splice? It's a secret. Few people know about it. बताऊं? ठीक है, जानते हैं चलो. Splice cannot just remove elements from the array. It also has the power of adding elements to the array in a weird way. समझना, right? So अभी तक you have said ARR.splice. So basically what this does is it starts from the third index, which is 4, and it removes 2 elements, right? Next things, right? You can write multiple things here. Is the elements which can be added उस जगह पे जहाँ से elements delete किए. Sounds weird, but let me explain it again. So ARR.splice 3, 2 क्या करता है? It will remove 2 elements starting from index number 3. So 4 or 5, it will remove, right? Let's say there I wanted to add 7 and 8 also, right? So just understand what this will do. See what this does. It removed 4 and 5, and uski jagah mein whatever elements you add here, it will just add those, right? And you could have filled anything, ठीक है यहाँ पे? Not replace. No, that's the wrong thing to say. समझो. 3, 2. So it means from third position delete 2 elements, and let's say I wanted to add 5 things there. Okay, so I will add another 1, another 2, another, no, confusion हो जाएगा. 7, 8, 9 and 10. I do this. ARR को देखो. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 की जगह 7, 8, 9, 10 and finally 6. Clear है? Again Mayank, that's also wrong thing to say, क्योंकि आपने delete 2 चीजें की हैं, but आपने add 4 चीजें की हैं, and you could have added 100 things here. So don't say replace, don't say add in its place, nothing. Of course it's overwriting the array. एक बार और सुन लो दोबारा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ARR.splice. Okay, I'll ask you the question, Mayank, तब clear हो जाएगा. What I want to do is, guys, please help me with the code. I want to remove this guy, right? And in place of this, I want to add 7. I want to add 7. Can we add only, sir? We'll talk about that 1 minute में. First answer my question. क्या बोल रही हो पल्लवी यार? अजरुद्दीन ने बोला ना बढ़िया. विद्यासागर कुछ पता नहीं क्या बोल दिया. अच्छा प्रदीप, सॉरी. 517 बिल्कुल गलत है यार. 5 क्यों बोल रहे हो यार? क्यों गलती कर रहे हो यार? मयंक, what is the index of this one? तो आप 5 क्यों बोल रहे हो मयंक? For 1, basically what that will do is that will remove 1 element from the 4th index, which is 5. तो 5 remove हो गया, right? वहां पे ऐड क्या करना है? 7. So just say 7 यहाँ पे. And now what is ARR? Got it? सबको समझ में आ गया guys? And if we would have given 4 to 7, करके देख लो. What would 4 to 7 do? It will remove 5 and 6 and add 7 there. Where is the confusion? Is it absolutely clear? हाँ. If you write 4,2 तो फोर्थ इंडेक्स से आगे के 2 एलिमेंट्स डिलीट हो जाएंगे. गाइज अब डाउट नहीं होना चाहिए. बहुत इम्प्लीमेंट भी हमने कोड भी लिख के देख लिया. अब नाउ दिस शुड बी एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर. इफ इट्स नॉट, प्लीज आस्क अगेन. Yes, it of course acts in the forward direction. Okay, Sachin, that's a valid question. I like that question. Let's try it out. Okay. So what Sachin is saying, can we not delete anything? So theoretically, splice में आप एक location दो. Let's say I'm saying 2 and I'm saying 0. इसका क्या मतलब होगा? कुछ भी delete मत करो, right? So you are at 1, 2, 3. So 3, basically 3 was the target, but we said remove how many elements? Remove 0 elements. We click this and ARR को देखो, it's still intact, right? But what if we said 207, right? Let's see what that does. And as expected, it adds that element after this index. Clear? So we removed 0 elements, but whatever we added after this index. Is it absolutely clear? Powerful tool है. Use करने के लिए बहुत अच्छा है. Once we start doing more things in JavaScript, you will keep understanding it. For adding elements in the middle, we can use it. Yes, that's what it is for. Thank you, Pawan. You rock too. ए भाई, अंकित भाई, सोच के तो बोलो. It added at that index, not before, not after, at that index. And when it added at that index, बाकी सारा array को shift होना पड़ा. Observe well. Good observation, Ankit, but थोड़ा सा कमी रह गया. At that index, it will add. Deletion or not is entirely up to you, right? Now, let's say I wanted to remove the 7. I can very easily say arr.splice. It's at index number 2. Remove 1 element, and my array is back. Sir, add more index in one time. I don't know what that means, Saraf. Guys, clear है तो आगे बढ़ेंगे. अब जल्दी बताओ. सबको समझ आ रहा है? We are having fun, everyone. Okay. Cool. Okay. Next thing that we wanted to talk about today is something called as functions, right? Okay. So we've already talked about what functions are. It's called functions, right? So guys, functions क्या होते हैं? समझ लेते हैं एक बार. Functions का काम होता है. Function is a block of code, right? आपने कुछ कोड लिखा है जावास्क्रिप्ट में, मान लो, right? And you wanted to reuse it, right? For that we create functions. Okay. So what are functions? Functions are block of code, right? Which have a name. That's what a function is, right? So let's write our own function, right? It's just like a variable only. So I can say you have to use the function keyword pehle. So I use the function keyword, okay? And in this function keyword, after this function keyword, you have to tell the name of the function, okay? So let's say the name of our function is my function, okay? And then you basically add these parentheses, sorry, after the name of your function, and then you open the curly brackets, right? So whatever you write inside this becomes a part of the function body, right? जब आप function को call करेंगे, whatever you write in here basically gets executed. Okay, so let's write something here. Okay, so what I'm going to write here is I'll just have a loop, right? Some code, just some JavaScript code. I is less than 3, I plus plus, and I'll say console.log. Hello. Okay, hello, comma I, let's say, for example. Okay, and let's call this function say hello. Okay. Now, whenever I call this function, let's say मैंने इसको यहाँ पे call किया, this is how you call a function, right? So function was of course a block of code, जैसा हमने समझा. तो function का एक नाम है, ठीक है? Function की एक body है, body मतलब function जो करता है, and then of course, since आपने इसको एक नाम दे दिया इस block of code को, which is a function, you can call that block of code, right? So whenever you call this, basically अंदर का जो भी content है, it gets executed or it will run. Try करते हैं guys. I'll just copy it here. Okay, and now when I call say hello, right, when I press enter, what should happen? Can anyone tell me? Yes, mat likho Pradeep, tell me what will happen. Loop will run 3 times. What it will print? नहीं. Hello के आगे भी क्या लिखेगा? Hello 0. Okay, Sai. After that, hello 1. Okay, and then hello 2. Okay, great. You are running like a loop now. So I click say hello and see what happened. Hello 0, hello 1, hello 2. Now guys, the good part is we can reuse this code, right? Multiple times. Because function likha hua hai, function is already declared here. So we can just say hello again. It will again print. We can say hello again, it will again print, and we can just keep going, right? In fact, what I'm going to do is I will call this function inside another loop, okay? So here I will say for let I is equal to 0, I is less than 3, I plus plus, and what I'll do here is I'll say hello. What will happen now? Shubham, Pradeep, क्या होगा अब? Can anyone tell what will happen? The say hello function will get called 3 times, okay? Because this loop will run 3 times, okay? And then अरे 3 into 3 9 होता है मिलन भाई. So if I press enter now, we have so many hellos. There will be exactly 9 hellos. Got it? Guys, सबको समझ आ गया function क्या होता है? Right? Not is it hard? Can you explain? Hey Sai, what do you want me to explain, brother? Sai, what do you want me to explain? I've just created a function say hello, right? You saw what happens when you call the function, right? And then I'm calling that function inside a loop 3 times. Problem क्या है Sai? Got it na? Badhiya. Okay, but okay, so this is a function, and iske andar mein guys, basically within these 2 brackets is where you specify something called as arguments. Okay, so what does argument mean? Why it's repeat 3 times? अरे भाई विद्यासागर ये क्या पूछ रहे हैं? रुको, ये समझ आता है 3 times क्यों रिपीट हुआ? इतना कोड से हेलो वेलो सब भूल जाओ. विद्यासागर जवाब दो फटाफट. समझ आता है? ये समझ आता है कि जब से हेलो को कॉल करेंगे तो बेसिकली दिस फंक्शन विल गेट एग्जीक्यूटेड एंड से ये 3 बार प्रिंट हो जाएगा. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? यस और नो विद्या? यस. सो व्हाट हैव आई डन? आई हैव जस्ट डन दिस. मैंने एक और लूप बना दिया, राइट, इनसाइड व्हिच आई एम कॉलिंग से हेलो. एक बार से हेलो कॉल करते हैं तो 3 बार हेलो प्रिंट होता है. अब इस लूप के अकॉर्डिंगली से हेलो कितनी बार रन होगा? 3 टाइम्स रन होगा, तो कितनी बार हेलो प्रिंट होगा? विद्यासागर भाई प्लीज कुछ तो बोलो. अनम्यूट कर देता हूँ, समझा दो प्रॉब्लम है तो अभी भी. तो अब क्लियर है विद्यासागर? ओके, cool. So, okay, now there is a concept of arguments, guys. ठीक है, arguments क्या होता है? Dada threw argument with the variable. I don't know what that means. Okay. Okay. Now, guys, when you are calling a function, right? You can call the function with certain values, right? With certain variables, with certain literals यानी कि constants, numbers, strings, whatever, right? आप दोनों में से किसी भी चीज के साथ एक फंक्शन को कॉल कर सकते हैं. When you call a function with these values, those things, they are called arguments. Okay. So this is the say hello function. ठीक है? I'm going to create a say hello to function, right? And basically, this will have, let's say, one argument, right? I'll call that argument as name, right? Right? Inside this function is to, I'm just saying PO. Inside this function, I'm going to say console.log hello, name, right? Let's just copy this to our Chrome console. Okay. And now when I call this say hello to, I can pass a name inside here, right? So I can say hello to 1, right? Basically, ये वाला जो 1 है, this will become the value of this variable, the name variable in the say hello to function, right? तो guys अभी क्या लिखा हैगा hello, hello 1, right? Better, we can say hello to Akash. What will that do? Now this is a string. I press enter and says hello Akash. नाइस होगा ना अगर यहाँ पे एक एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क भी आ जाए तो. हेलो आकाश. Rahul is asking many questions. Let's make him feel good. Yes, perfectly articulated, Rahul. Could not have been better. Inside the function, जो भी आपने argument pass किया है बाहर से, it will act as a local variable, right? It will act as a variable, right? So आप यहाँ पे name को change भी कर सकते थे. आप कुछ भी कर सकते थे name के साथ. Okay, let's do it better. ठीक है, और cool करते हैं इसको. Say I'm creating another function now. उसको मैं बोलने वाला हूँ say hello to people. ठीक है? अब मैं क्या करूंगा? मैं इस name को people बोल दूंगा, but it's just the thing, right? It's a variable, तो matter नहीं करता. And basically, in this people, I will pass an array, right? Because I can do that. And then what I will do is I will say let I is equal to 0. I is less than people dot length length I plus plus, and जो यहाँ पे लिखा था I will say hello people of I, right? Comma exclamation mark just for the field. Okay, I'm just going to copy this now, paste it here. Okay, now I'm going to say hello to people. इसमें I'm going to pass my array. इसमें I'll write Ayush, I will write Pavan, I will write my name, and Rahul, because he's asking a good question again. Mayank, आपका भी डालना है? Okay. चलो भाई, प्रतीक ने भी बोला है. Or no more requests will be entertained, right? So now I press enter and see what happens. Pretty cool, right? Guys, pretty cool, right? Enjoying? This is introduction to programming, guys. This is introduction to programming. बहुत मजा आने वाला है, right? Okay, now let's just understand यहाँ पे हुआ क्या, right? Because looking cool is one thing, but समझना भी तो, right? So what I have done here is very simple यार, ठीक है? मैंने आपको क्या बताया? I told, hey, this is a function, which means it's basically a reusable block of code, right? उसके अंदर एक people करके मैंने variable बना दिया, मतलब an argument बना दिया, and then if you look at this, I basically passed an array of strings, right? Array किसी भी चीज का हो सकता है, नंबर का भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. Array of strings मैंने उसमें पास कर दिया. And inside that I wrote very simple code, right? कि array के हर एक element को visit करो, right? And whenever you see that element of the array, just print it. Clear or not, guys? Guys, clear or not? Any doubts? Please ask. Shubham, clear है आपको? Are we? Are we? Crystal clear? Very good. Amol, I'm just remembering सबके नाम धीरे धीरे ना, so it'll take some time, but याद हो जाएंगे. अमोल ठीक है ना भाई? मजा आ रहा है ना? Sir, how we call that variables? Can we put anything inside that argument? You can put absolutely anything inside the argument, right? आप 4 arguments भी डाल सकते हैं. Guys, now let's try to remember. हम जो arr.splice में लिख रहे थे ना, ये चीज है. These, what were these? Can you tell me what were these now? अरे लिखो ना बाबा. These were arguments to the slice function, right? Got it? So basically it was called with parameters, which are also called arguments. Clear or not? Right? And the good thing about, I mean, the weird thing about some methods or functions आपके लिए भी एक ही हैं, जैसे arr.pop, they do not have any arguments, right? So it's like our सबसे पहले वाला say hello function, उसका कोई argument ही नहीं होता. So even if you pass anything in here, right, it does not matter, right? So we know what are functions, we know how we can call them, we know how we can call them with arguments. Okay, now I have final question for the day, because I know this might be a lot to process for some people. The question is this: let's say there is an array. Okay, you have to write a function, okay, which basically takes a number, right? And it will print the table of that number. सबको समझ में आया? Let me write the question here, okay? Write function which takes a number and prints its table. Table होता है 2 into 1, 2 into 2, आपको पता है, right? Yes, like a table. मयंक कर सकते हो? होमवर्क भी दे देंगे यार राहुल आपसे. अरे किसी का भी टेबल. So okay, let me write the function definition also for you. So I'm saying function, I'll call it print table. Okay, इसमें basically what we'll do is we'll pass an argument which would be, let's say, number. नाम ही तो है, कुछ भी दे सकता हूँ. And I have to print its table. कैसे करेंगे? बताओ भाई लोग, कोई तो. वाह प्रदीप, वेरी गुड, very good प्रदीप. Anyone else wants to give it a try? मयंक, अनम्यूट करूं आपको? मयंक बताओगे कैसे करना है? आ जाओ. Unmute. Go ahead, Mayank. बताओ.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hi, Mayank.
I'm audible, sir.
Perfectly. बताओ क्या लिखना है?
सर सबसे पहले for लिखेंगे.
Okay. हम for क्यों लिख रहे हैं?
सर लूप चलाने के लिए.
लूप क्यों चलाना है?
सर क्योंकि टेबल प्रिंट करना है ना सर।
तो टेबल प्रिंट करने के लिए लूप क्यों चाहिए होता है?
सर क्योंकि एक्शंस रिपीट करने हैं हमको।
बस यही सुनना था, बोलो आप।
ओके सर, i इज इक्वल टू 0 सर।
आई नहीं होता, लेट होता है या कॉन्स्टेंट है।
यस वही सर, लेट i इज इक्वल टू 0 सर, सॉरी सर। यहाँ पे सर लेंथ ना यूज करके हम 10, मैं 10 यूज करूँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम सर?
लेंथ है ही नहीं ना आपके पास दोस्त, यहाँ पे
ओके
तो
सर,
नंबर पास कर
ओके
रहे हो,
ओके
कोई array
ओके
थोड़ी
सर।
है वो।
सर i लेस देन 10 सर, क्योंकि सर मैं 2 का टेबल प्रिंट कर रहा हूँ सर।
और फिर आई प्लस प्लस, ये
i प्लस प्लस
ओके।
एंड
देन
console dot log
कंसोल डॉट लॉग।
एंड देन सर 2 into i सर,
2 क्यों भाई, 2 क्या है?
क्योंकि 2 का टेबल प्रिंट करेंगे ना सर।
मैंने क्यों बोला 2 का क्यों करोगे? 2 का क्यों करोगे मयंक? कंफ्यूज मत हो, इधर देखो।
ओके सर,
प्रिंट टेबल फंक्शन है, प्रिंट टेबल
यस सर,
लिख सकता हूँ, प्रिंट टेबल 5 भी लिख सकता हूँ, 7 भी लिख सकता हूँ।
यस
ये
सर।
तो पॉइंट है फंक्शन बनाने का, सो दैट वी कैन रीयूज द कोड। तो क्या लिखना है अंदर?
तो कुछ भी लिख सकते हैं इसका मतलब वहां पे।
अरे कुछ भी तो लिखने से थोड़ी ना चलेगा बाबा, अभी तो समझाया, जो आर्ग्यूमेंट्स ऊपर पास कर रहे हो उनको यूज तो करो।
तो सर नंबर लिखना है यहाँ पे?
अरे लिखना क्या,
सॉरी सर, कंफ्यूजिंग सर, आई एम सॉरी।
कुछ भी नहीं कंफ्यूजिंग है। देखो इधर, ये नंबर है, इसमें आपको इसका टेबल प्रिंट करना है,
यस सर।
तो यहाँ पे कुछ भी क्यों लिखोगे, क्या लिखोगे यहाँ पे?
नंबर सर, नंबर इनटू आई सर।
नंबर इंटू आई से तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा। आई क्या है, आई कहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रहा है आपका?
0 से सर।
तो किससे मल्टीप्लाई करना है? मयंक भाई कंफ्यूज क्यों हो रहे हो? अरे भाई बोलो तो सही, मैं बताता हूँ, मैं क्लियर करता हूँ, डाउट तो पूछो।
सर क्लियर कीजिए सर, मैं कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ सर।
अरे आपको नंबर का टेबल प्रिंट करना है, ठीक है?
यस सर, यस सर।
आप नंबर का 2 1 2 होता है ना, 2 0 क्या होता है? Either you start your loop from 1 and you end it at 10,
यस सर।
जो आपने नहीं किया, which is fine। तो आप मल्टीप्लाई तो इसको i प्लस 1 से करो।
यस यस सर।
ओके,
ओके सर,
समझ में आ गया पक्का?
पक्का पक्का सर। इसको प्रिंट करके सर दिखाइए सर एक बार।
देखो प्रिंट टेबल है, प्रिंट टेबल
Yes,
किसका करना है टेबल बताओ?
सर 2 का करिए सर।
अरे 2 क्या होता है, 13 का करता है ना।
13 का ही कर दीजिए सर, कोई नहीं।
13 का हो गया, 2 का किया
ओके।
तो 2 का हो गया। दैट्स द पावर ऑफ फंक्शंस ना गाइस,
यस सर।
रीयूजेबिलिटी ऑफ कोड।
सर वो आर्ग्यूमेंट की वजह से नहीं कर पाया मैं सर।
अब तो समझ जाओ।
यस सर, सर थैंक यू सर।
The point of an argument, just mute yourself now. The point of an argument is making the function reusable and versatile, right? अब हम किसी, so now we have created a function जो किसी भी चीज का table print कर सकता है, right? Remember the first day we started this class, how hard was it for us to print the table of something? Now we have a function which will print the table of anything. 27 पास कर दो यार यहाँ पे। I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is fantastic, right? Just 2 people are enjoying this. Yes, that should be the energy, guys. This is the power of JS to you. Okay, fun starts happening when you start using these things and you start applying them yahan pe on the HTML, right? शुभम समझ अब तो आ रहा है ना, जितना मैं बता रहा हूं उतना समझ लो यार, बाकी हो जाएगा, बस उतना ही तो करना है। रियली नाइस टू हियर दैट आदम, बहुत अच्छा लगा कि आपको समझ में आ गया, बट लेक्चर देख लेना यार पक्का से, ये वाला, दिस इज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट लेक्चर। वी हैव कवर्ड सम एरे मेथड्स, वी हैव कवर्ड द बेसिक्स ऑफ फंक्शंस, आर्ग्यूमेंट्स क्या होते हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें। रिटर्न कीवर्ड बाद में सिखाऊंगा राहुल। we are not in a position to do it today, Amit. एक दो दिन और लगेगा। Okay, guys, so basically we've covered a lot of things today. हमने functions भी सीख लिया है, हमने array के भी मेथड सीख लिए and we realized array के जो functions थे या फिर methods जिसको मैं बार बार बोलता रहता हूँ, they are just the functions, right? तो वो functions बस किसी और ने लिखे हैं, ये functions आप खुद लिख रहे हैं. That is literally the only difference, right? Right, guys? No problem, Adam. आप वीडियो देख लोगे आपको सब समझ में आ जाएगा. We've not covered a lot in breadth. We've covered a lot in depth. No, I have covered two array methods, slice and splice. उसको अच्छे से समझ लेना, important है. And functions which was covered right now. You can use 1,000 of arguments, right? बुक को आप पढ़ोगे ना तो you'll be able to relate, right? Once you start reading the book now, then you will be able to relate the things. It's the same thing. Yeah, I'm also teaching JS. The book is also teaching JS. बस आपको पहले you were not able to, you did not have all this knowledge, right? Which we are gaining very slowly in the classes. Now, when you start reading book from the start, you'll be like, wow, this makes a lot of sense. Guys, it's not a very simple book for someone who's reading it for the first time. So मैंने आपको पहले भी बोला था, book is to be used as a supplementary to this, right? Yes, we put multiple. So let's say we wanted to, have many things, right? So यहाँ पे print table number था, ठीक है? चलो एक और पैरामीटर लेते हैं इसमें. इस पैरामीटर का नाम मैं बोल रहा हूँ till, ठीक है? Till का मतलब है वहां तक, right? So it can be till 10 or it could be till whatever you say, right? ठीक है? So what I'm going to do now is print table किया. I call print table. किस चीज का टेबल? Let's say 5 का टेबल. And I say कहां तक? I say till 20, right? So अभी तक हम 8 को मतलब we were just doing the variable, we were just printing the variable till table till 10. Now let's print it till 20, right? What I have done is I have said I is less than till, right? So I press enter and see 5 all the way to 100. अरे भाई यार पढ़ लो ना यार, बकवास कर रहे हो चैट पे सब लोग. What I'll actually stop the chat यार. मतलब where is the focus, guys? मैं अपने लिए थोड़ी ना लिख रहा हूँ यार ये कोड. Okay, so what I have done is I'm now using 2 parameters, right? So that function had 1 parameter number and we were explicitly saying I is less than 10, right? But now we made this even better, right? What we have done is we are saying till, and what I have done is I've said I is less than 10, right? So now you have the control of printing the table till whichever point you want, right? So let's say I wanted to print the table of 27 till 4 places, right? So I'll say 27, 4, and we'll just print those 4 values, right? How is this working? Very simple again. Number and till are the 2 parameters of this function, and we are using I is less than till, and we are using number here. Unpausing the chat. Clear or not? Clear? Using 2 parameters, you can use 100 parameters, right? Very simple, nicely put, right? Should not be a problem. Guys, so मैंने पहले भी बताया था, now classes will start picking up, right? Because अब हमने basic चीजें cover कर ली हैं kind of, right? And now is the irritating part, the boring part is over, right? Now we are going to dive deeper and deeper into JS. So it's good because you will have a lot of fun, but it can be very bad अगर आप classes miss कर रहे हैं तो, right? Because if you learn it right now, it will be done, it will be over in next 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, whatever. But if you don't, then you're going to struggle with it for years. You can control anything. Absolutely. Good point, Ankit. So start चलो एक और वेरिएबल डाल देते हैं start and I को कर देते हैं start. Done. So now I say print table 27,4. ठीक है till and I say start from 0. Or I can say start from 1, or I can now even say start from 2. Cool. Shall I stop here? I think it's getting complicated now for everyone. Yes. I agree. Arey yaar, you can print 1000 tables at the same time, Vinay. It's just a matter of writing the code. Understand the tool first. Don't understand. We are studying the tool. Now we know functions as a tool. How we use it is up to us. Not much complicated, exactly. If you understand it well. Adil bola last one. Okay. Adil kuch bhi nahi kiya. We had number until, right? Now we just gave another parameter which is called start. And I go, instead of starting it from 0, we are starting it from start, right? And that's it. That's it. Guys, I will not continue today because a lot has been covered today, believe me. Confusing ho jayega sabke liye, but I know you guys have just joined because you did not know class ka aur sab kuch, but guys, we want me to stop, just say yes. Guys, there are too many yeses. I'll stop. I really stop here because we've covered a lot. Okay, we'll stop here. Guys, people who did not attend the class today, right? You can just go through this lecture. The video lecture will be uploaded, of course. Just go through it and you will understand. Amit, batao. Not right now, Pallavi. We think about it. आप खुद ही कर सकते हो, मुझसे क्यों करवा रहे हो? Okay, you guys wanted a homework? Okay, ठीक है. The homework is this. Write a function print two tables. Okay. What this does is it takes number 1, comma number 2, right? And it will print the table of both these functions, both these numbers. Let's say इसको आपने इसको ऐसे कॉल किया 2 से और 3 से. So it will print the table of 2 also and it will print the table of 3 also. This is your homework. It is also pushed, guys. Take it. I will discuss more about parameters tomorrow, predefining and all these things. Default parameters, many things are there, guys. We just introduced functions today. Thank you, Ari. I'm really happy that you guys enjoyed it. Yes, you can. Of course you can. Tarun, timing 8 will not work for some people because कुछ लोगों का job है यहाँ पे. I don't mind any time. Discuss internally in your group or something. Thank you, Madhubala. I can't devote the time into this, Amit. Time is not the problem. The problem is this, that Abhi, we have not reached to the topic where we can discuss these two things, right? So basically my plan is once I start with objects, right? So जैसे arrays होते हैं JavaScript में, there is another important concept of objects. I want to then I'll be talking about these things. C++ does not have objects. Thank you guys. Yeah, you can go guys. Feel free to. Rahul, I don't get the question. आप personally direct message कर रहे हो. Just say the question to everyone. Class started at 8 today. It was mentioned on the Slack group. Guys, please be active on the Slack group. चीजें miss मत करो. Git link is already with everyone. I'm not giving it again. There are no silly questions. Ajay, पूछो. अरे भाई, it's a name यार. कुछ भी नाम लिखो. It's a name. Do variables have fixed names? No, right? Call it Ajay and call the second one Rahul.